Perspectives Radio here on 91.3 KXCI. I'm Susie B, and happy to be with you as always on a Sunday afternoon. That was the beautiful voice of Marian Dessard. She's joining us live in the studio with Sophia Blue. We'll be talking with them in just a few moments about Le Petit Carnaval. How's my French today?
Pretty good.
Awesome.
You're doing fine.
Also want to tell you that before that we heard some beautiful music, new stuff to the studio, Rokia Traore, and some very nice new music. Glad you are tuned in. Got some great guests for you this evening, and we're going to talk about Le Petit Carnaval. Sophia Blue, welcome to Broad Perspectives Radio.
Hi, thank you.
Tell us about this event.
Okay, well, it is a concert and a festival and a big event. It's going to be February 7th at 7 p.m. and the doors are going to open at 6 o'clock because I have some things going on the street. Street performers, jugglers, face painters, fortune tellers, and then inside the auditorium we'll have vaudeville variety troupe Cabaret Bohème. Will be opening for Le Char Lunatique of Albuquerque, Marvell of Minneapolis, and of course Marian Dessard, Matt Mitchell, and Le Big Band.
Wonderful. So is Marian the headliner, so to speak?
Yes,
awesome.
Definitely.
Oh, hey. The local.
All right.
You're at the big time at the Fox, no less.
At the Fox,
yes.
Yeah, and I'm very glad the Fox is actually, putting on local acts. That's pretty cool. I think they should do a lot more of that.
Definitely.
Hint, hint, hint. We'll be there.
Anybody out there is listening. So, Sophia, how did this event come to be? Is this the first annual? Are you thinking about doing this every year? And are you doing it by yourself? Or are you working in collaboration with some other folks? What's your story?
Question. She's a workhorse.
I am. Well, actually, my boyfriend and I met Marian at Plush one night, and he said to her, because he's the house manager at the Fox, he said, "You should play at the Fox." And the next day she emailed him. It's like, "What about this playing at the Fox?" And he's like, great,
Sounds like me.
He's like, "What am I going to do? How am I going to get them to share the risk?" And I said, "Forget about them. I'll do it. I'll produce it. We'll rent the place, and I'll share the risk with Marian, and
so
we'll bring in some more acts, so maybe there's a little bit more of a draw." Yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have
Definitely.
a company name? You're going to create your own production company?
Yes, it's called the Disposable Gallery.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So
and that was actually something that my partner had up when he was in Minneapolis, and now that he's here, he wanted to recreate it here,
right?
and maybe do some things that are even bigger than what he was doing there. So
wonderful. Well, we have the headliner, Marian Dessard, joining us live.
Well, thank you.
Welcome to Broad Perspectives. It's your first time on the show.
It is, yeah. I know we talked about it a month ago when we met on the yoga mat.
Yeah.
The studio we sponsor. And I was like, yeah, sure, it's going to happen. I didn't email you the next day about it.
I didn't email you either.
I showed considerable restraint.
Were you thinking about it? You thought about it the next day?
I don't know about the next day, but, it was on my things to do list, I suppose.
Marian, what's happening for you around town? You're playing on Saturday night at the French Festival. What you just put out an album?
Yeah,
well,
there's a couple of things though. Is like there's two projects in Tucson. One of them, the one that's going to be featured on Saturday, is the thing I do with Matt Mitchell. So it's a gypsy jazz chanson. We do a lot of standards from the 20s and 30s. Django Reinhardt, and a lot of French stuff from like Jacques Brel to Edith Piaf. So pretty much whatever strikes our fancy and what Matt actually loves doing on the guitar. So it's pretty, and then we do that from a two-piece, from just like what you heard before we came on, to the full 10-piece band, and so that's really a Tucson thing because Matt will not travel outside of Tucson, so we try to keep busy here in town.
So will you have the 10-piece band on Saturday night?
Somewhere around that number.
Really?
Yeah, we're still working at the logistics of
Sophia's nodding
Yes.
her head. So 10 pieces. What are all the instruments?
So that'd be a guitar and drums, vocals, violins, melodica, clarinet, baritone sax sometimes.
Bass. You gotta have a bass.
Yeah,
in
we got
it.
the upright bass. Yeah, definitely.
Wonderful.
Sometimes it's two guitars. It varies. Accordion at times also.
Have you always performed this kind of music, sort of on the jazzy side?
No, we started with Matt about a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's the Matt Mitchell and Marian project. And then I have my own stuff, my Calexico produced album, and that one I've been of course doing shows here in town, but touring a lot in the US, Canada, and Europe.
And do you tour with a band?
Yeah. I tour with so far a couple of people. It's been Andrew Kohlberg on drums and Klikowick on guitar, and sometimes Arthur Vint does the drumming, depending on what country we're in.
How long have you been in the States?
Like 20-something years.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? And I'm going to ask you, and people always ask, where in France are you from?
Southwest.
Southwest, so down near the Spanish border?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pyrenees,
Oh,
near the Basque Country.
Yeah, it's beautiful
Yeah,
there.
great food.
Do you go back very often?
I just, last November we were touring over there, and I actually did a show. I booked myself a show in my grandparents' village. And so it was the most amazing, surreal experience, the weirdest, craziest show ever, because there were people I hadn't seen in 25 years, kids that I grew up with, and that didn't quite look like kids anymore. But their kids did. Their kids kind of looked like what they were 25 years ago. And then, people, farmers, in their 80s, it was amazing.
That's wonderful. Such a beautiful country there. I've been to France twice and spent some time down in that area.
Well, I mean, people out there kind of dream of this part of the world.
Isn't that interesting? People like us live here and dream of that part of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's dreaming of something else, I
It's all
suppose.
about dreams,
Yeah. All right, well, we got to give the folks some more details about the event.
Oh, sure.
Saturday night.
It's Saturday night. And also in the theater, I have some things going on. Sunflower Market is donating a bunch of food, so there's going to be food for all the guests, and I think Prescott College is going to come over and bring a prize wheel, and I can't think of everything. There's just a lot of stuff.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a carnival.
Yeah, it's a carnival. It's lots and lots of fun. Everything's going on at one time, and everything's really fun.
Do you have to dress up?
Like, you know what? If you dress up,
costumes?
generally at the Fox, they give you free popcorn if you dress up. So if you dress in costumes, and it would be great. Yeah, it would be great if people did.
It's
So
almost
anything
Mardi,
you can
it's
think
Mardi
of.
Gras time.
It is Mardi Gras time. That's what I was thinking. I actually wanted to do it even closer to Mardi Gras, but Marian's going to be going away to Europe or something. So
Well, good for her. But
Yeah.
we're all going to have a good time. So doors open at 6 p.m. and the show starts at 7. How can people find out more about tickets, Sophia?
you can go to foxtucsontheater.org, or you can call the Fox Theater at 547-3040.
And are the tickets any more expensive at the door than if you buy them in advance, just so folks know?
No.
Okay, great. That's good for people to know.
The only difference I think would be buying them at the box office or online. There might be a fee online.
Okay,
So.
great. Well, I want to thank you both for coming down and chatting
you.
with us about it. Got Marian's album. This is your most recent release? This is the
that's
Calexico-produced album?
That's the one, yeah. And the song you're going to be playing, Les Drasseurs, is one we do with Matt. He also plays on that recording, on the album recording.
And I would never have known that's how you pronounce that.
Les
What does it mean?
Les Drasseurs, the deaf sheets.
The deaf sheets.
Like being under sheets in a bed and you don't hear anything outside of that.
Do you have, when you created this album, was there sort of a feeling for what you were trying to
Well, they're like songs in French, so they're love songs.
They're all...
Of course.
However many definitions and aspects of that. I mean, Les Drasseurs is really about the act of love, the sexual act. There's a really cool video on YouTube shot at the Hotel Congress that's pretty graphic, so go check it out.
All right, maybe you should put that up on the big screen.
Yes, please.
Yes.
That
During
would be
the
totally
carnival.
fun.
That's perfect
Ooh,
for
yeah.
Mardi Gras.
Well, it is an all-ages show, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
That's fine.
Education
This
is...
way,
Yes.
that's how they do it in
Yes.
France.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have all these squirmy people. You know. All right, it's been a pleasure. Thanks so much, Sophia
you.
Blue. And the name of your company again, so folks can have their ears out for it as you produce more events in Tucson.
The Disposable Gallery.
Perfect. And Marian Dessart. Here on Broad Perspectives Radio, we're playing from Marian's album. We'll be back with more Broad Perspectives.